Yeah, do you want to talk about Cocoon?
Yeah, so this week a company launched, finally. This was a company that we saw at YC Demo Day. Let's see, not the last batch, so not summer, spring 2019. The company's called Cocoon, and I couldn't talk about it because they were one of those companies that was off the record at Demo Day, which means that they do a presentation, but they give you a little piece of paper that says off the record, and you just can't talk about it at all ever again until they come out, which they did this week, and they tweeted that they are now officially available in the App Store. Do you want to describe the app?
So I went ahead and played with this before, actually over the last couple of days. It reminded me a little bit of Path and a little bit of kind of like, remember the circles in Google Plus? We could kind of like have people in little buckets. Yeah. So I started a Cocoon, and you can share images and kind of facets about your life, like how much battery life you have left on your cell phone, and kind of all these things, location, I think, as well. And it's an idea that privacy and kind of like personal intimacy with you and like a certain cohort of friends is something that's really, really important. I agree with that. The app seemed really, honestly well designed.
It did seem really well designed. I agree.
Yeah, by 2 ex-Facebook people, so they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they've raised $3 million from a venture capital firm called
L'Oreal Hippo.
There you go. Because I mispronounced that apparently in the pre-show, and I was mocked. At least mercilessly.
I think he mispronounced it. I might be mispronouncing it, but Alex said L'Oreal Hippo.
Did I say Hippo?
It's like you say Yahoo, or what do you say? Yahoo.
Yahoo.
No, that's not how you say it.
Yeah.
You normally say Yahoo, I think.
I don't say Yahoo. That's an exaggeration. Anyways, they got $3 million, and they came out this week. So I'm positive about it.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I remember their pitch, and I remember that was a company where I was like, darn, I wish they weren't off the record because I actually think this is really cool. They had a really good pitch. They're obviously really experienced. If you've used Life 360, it's definitely similar, and I use that with my family. So I was intrigued by the possibility of sort of maybe switching over. Cocoon is much better designed, and I think, as we talked about before the show, Life 360 is something that a lot of teenagers are forced upon by their parents so they can get better, so their parents can GPS track them. And my mom still GPS tracks me, so I understand.
Can we pause and just, what is like the short explanation of what Life 360 is? My parents are 67 and text me, but that's kind of the extent of it. So
it's an app that, you can track people on it. So there's a big map, which I like to use. You can see where all your family members are at any given time. It also tells you things like what their battery charge is, which I always find funny because occasionally like my younger brother will be like, Kate, you need to charge your phone.
It's like pipe down, go get your own life.
Stop. But I don't know honestly how many, I think there are many other features, but that's kind of how I use it. Essentially just a way to communicate with your family and keep track of them. But like I said, Cocoon is better designed. So I think those teenagers that are currently forced to use Life 360 may be more interested in using Cocoon just because it looks cooler. And it does. Life 360 looks like it was designed by helicopter parents. Oh. I don't know who designed it. I mean, the company, obviously, but I don't know who's behind it specifically, but it gives off sort of an uncool
parent down
vibe.
Kind of like forced use thing.
Yeah.
Are there a lot of apps out there for parents to kind of surveil their children?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Life 360, I think, is a common one. The thing is, though, you can share your location in iMessage, and that's how I have a few friends, and a couple siblings who I do that with, and that's the easiest. I wish my mom understood that, but she doesn't. So
we have very different siblings. I'm just realizing as well. My siblings, if I text my brother and I get a text back within a week, that's like, oh, he's alive. Great. Fantastic.
Yeah, we're pretty communicative in my family.
Treasure that, because I wish my family was more talkative at times, and they're not. Anyways, enough talking about our families. Sorry for bringing that up.
It is Thanksgiving week, to be fair, and I'm not seeing my family this week. So
really?
No, because I'm going home for Christmas, and I'm going to Germany next week for TechCrunch Berlin. So I can't just hop over to. Why are you looking at me like that?
I forgot TC Berlin was next week.
Well, it's the following, but I'm leaving next Thursday.
Oh, okay. My gosh. That's so soon.
There's a lot happening. And I just got back from TechCrunch Shenzhen, so I'm kind of